Scene 26. Pat Talk. The pungent smell of alcohol fills the air. A twinge of pain spreads all over my lips and cheekbones. The area around my eyes throbs from the repeated punches of a middle aged man. I tried to protect myself, not responding. Pran's dad was furious once he heard his wife screaming and found the enemy's son putting on his pants. We were cuddling, naked. Everything felt like a dream in the starkly dark night that lulled us to sleep and never wished to wake up. When the morning came, the cruel reality was unavoidable. I exhale as my mother sobs and breathes in the inhaler. My dad stands next to her in silence, looking more menacing than ever. Har is the only one treating my wounds and sneaks glances at them anxiously. When did it happen, Pat? I raise my chin for my sister to inspect the bruises. I also lift my arms so she can see the ones on the elbows. Par sighs and squeezes the ointment on her fingertips. She rubs it carefully on my skin. Why do you want to know? Did I raise you wrong? Why did you mingle with that bastard and commit something so shameful? You should be ashamed. The person blinded by prejudice and knowing nothing of love should be ashamed. Pat, you ungrateful son! My dad is about to snatch my collar, but my mom yanks the hem of his shirt, still sobbing. This is the first time she cries because of me. We love each other. It harms no one. Your mom's weeping and you're saying it harms no one? Are you crying because you're disgusted with your son? Stop talking back and reflect on your wrongdoing. Are you so disappointed that I'm not being the son you want? I don't hate Bran like you hate popcorn. I'm not fond of Poncho like you are, Mom. Are you disappointed that I'm a human with heart and feelings? Quit your frivolous act and come to your senses. You're the one who has to come to your senses, Dad. Enough! Mom shouts. Dad and I are enraged. Right now, when stress eats away at my heart, I'm worried about Pran. I keep blaming myself 1,000 times for being too reckless and selfish. But if I could turn back time, I'd still hold Pran until the very last minute. Our relationship has always been bound to be revealed. It was just a matter of time and how it did happen. You're too harsh to your son. Pat just went off the track like any young man. Par steps back as Mom comes closer and takes my hands. Her eyes and nose get all red, pouring guilt into my heart. I wipe her tears with my fingers before getting on my knees. Then I bow down until my head touches her feet. Mom, I'm sorry, but I really love Pran. Pat, don't speak nonsense. You're a man. How can you have feelings for another man? I mean what I said. Don't say that to me again. Are you trying to kill me? I didn't mean for it to happen, but I fell in love with him. I love him the way you love Dad. I love him the way a person loves another person. Do you understand me? The middle aged woman shakes her head. It's hard for her to accept, yet I hope that the one who loves me the most will understand. I'll do everything except breaking up with Brad. I'll do whatever you want. No, but this is just young man's curiosity. You're not gay. But I can't accept this. The searing sensation in my chest spreads to my eyes. It burns and turns into droplets. My vision blurs. I roll my eyes to one side to keep my tears from falling. But in the end, the sadness in my heart trickles down. Do it for me, Pat. Think of the past as a nightmare. It's not a nightmare! Na Pat! Don't act against me! Her angry voice comes out in a sob. I'm tormented. Mom is unhappy. Dad clenches his fist. We all don't understand each other. Sleep in the guest room tonight. Take only your necessities and move everything to that room tomorrow. I'm locking your room. Don't do this to me, Mom. I have to. I'm your mom, Pat. How can I let my son be like this? I press my lips together. Even my sister seems troubled. The middle aged woman takes a deep breath, pulling herself together. But the person speaking is my infuriated dad. Take his phone too. I won't let you take it. Par, get his phone. Par breathes in and holds her hand out to me. She can't refuse that, and I can't take my anger out on my sister. Calm down, Pat, she whispers, loud enough for only both of us to hear while taking my phone. My phone is now confiscated, and my bedroom is no longer our bridge. I feel like my heart is about to stop, like I'm slowly tortured to death. I'm locked in a cage, with parts of my body being cut off one by one. From now on, don't go outside unless Pudge accompanies you. You know I'll never love her. You just don't try to love her, Dad says sternly, as if his heart never experiences real love. You know that love happens without forced efforts. Punch has no flaws. What stops you from loving her? I love someone else. Why don't you understand that your stupid action is not love? We've lived longer than you, Pat. Why don't we know you're just being rebellious? He's still fumed with rage the way he was in the past hour. His face is red and shows no sign of backing off. I'll talk to Duang Kamon's family tomorrow about the wedding. Dad! After getting married, we'll see if you still won't forget the stinky smell of the man you held. This doesn't solve the problem, Dad. We'll see. His dark eyes flash, emphasizing the seriousness in his voice. I also want to know if Pakorn raised his son to be someone else's mistress. He walks away, leaving only the deep, ugly gush in my heart. The only thing I can do once the order has been carried is staring at the ceiling in the guest room early in the evening. At first, at first light, the light is still on. It's impossible to see Pran's face from here, not even the roof of his house. To me, this is no different from prison. I hear careful knocks on the door when the sunlight becomes strong. I neither welcome nor turn down whoever it is, so that person takes the liberty to get in. Par sits on the edge of the bed and sighs. Mom wants you to go down and have breakfast. We're going to Punch's place at noon. We'll go to the mall at 10 to buy some gifts for Aunt Duwang first. I'm not hungry. Pat, you haven't had anything for a day. I'm not hungry. Don't act out. I give no response, my mind full of the person I cuddled with last night. How is he now? How stressed must he feel? Did he call me? Let me borrow your phone. If you agree to have a meal and be nice to Mom. You see how things are. It's the consequence you and Pran has always been aware of when you decided to date. Par sighs again. I'm not saying you're wrong, but our family's condition has been like this from the very start. You can't expect Dad and Mom to change for you. It'd still be difficult even if it were a girl. Now, they're taking two issues at the same time. You're gay, and your lover is from their hated family. It's not fair. I'm on your side. Har rarely takes my side. If she says that, it means she means it. But you need to give them time. Just date Punch and show them that your effort is fruitless. It's better than you going against them like this. But Pran, being stubborn changes nothing, Pat. I don't understand. Why is love so complicated? Will you call Pran? I nod, and Par holds out her phone. I can't help you talk to Pran too often now because Dad might get suspicious. And go down for breakfast. I'm in a higher spirit now that I have this device in my hand. My sister leaves, letting me have some alone time with Pran. When I call his number, my heart races again. Pran picks up after a long while. Hey, Par. It's me. My dad took my phone. How are you? Are you hurt a lot? No, far from my heart. I laugh a little, but as my lips curl up, my vision blurs with tears. I inhale, and it comes out like a stifling sob. Pran goes quiet. I only hear his repeated breathing, like he's crying. Pran, don't cry. I'm not crying. His voice shakes despite that. I place my face on my knees, weary, lost in a dead end. This hopelessness is worse than getting lost in a maze. What did your dad say? Same old thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, as you should. I'm really sorry. Fran says no more. We just listen to each other's breath as if that's the only thing that soothes our pain. It makes us feel like the terrifying pain of these two dying people eases up a bit. I love you, Pran. Why do you keep saying that? It's overflowing. I'll explode and die if I don't say it. Brad laughs, though that doesn't mean he's happy. My desire to take care of him and be closer to him intensifies. He feels so weak that he fails to hide it. This is unlike the stubborn Pran I knew. But didn't you sleep in your room? It's been dark since last night. They made me move to the other room. My room's locked. I knew it, but I thought you had just had to switch rooms with Par. Yeah, it's worse than I thought. My house doesn't have a spare room, fortunately, so I still get to see your balcony. Tell Par to open the curtains when she's upstairs. But I don't stay there anymore. Pran turns silent. Although he doesn't say he misses me, I can feel it. Every inch of my heart senses it. The invisible, untouchable, and unhearable feeling. Pran, I'll find a way out. Hmm. But my mom's taking me out to discuss the wedding today. I whisper softly, and even more softly as I go on. This must be heartbreaking news to his already breaking heart, but I want him to hear it from me directly. I want to be the one telling you this. I'm going to play along to gain their trust while we figure out the solution together. Mm. Don't just say What do you want me to say? Say you love me. It's better, right? I ask him back, wishing he would really say it. If I can see his face, his voice uttering those words will at least heal my heart. Pran coughs, unyielding. Pran, you're so demanding. My best quality. I call it worst. His voice sounds better now. So does mine. When are you leaving? Before noon. Then go, or your family will be suspicious. I murmur a response, not moving an inch as if hanging up is too difficult. We stay like that for almost a minute. Pran also refuses to end the call. That, yes? He asked me to say I love you. If I just say, will you be upset? No. I grin, the first smile in hours of dreadful suffering. Thank you, Pran, for letting my heart know it has to keep beating for someone. Punch's detached house in the center of the city is the largest among others in that area. My childhood memories are fleeting, but I visited Aunt Luang once or twice as a grown up. Today, Punch wears a knee-length dress, just carrying a tray of food to the table as her mom ordered. As the informal ceremony, we start by having a little chat with the elders about the company and gifts. I've just learned that Punch has been living with her mom alone. Consequently, her mom takes it as her job to plan her daughter's future since she was a kid. Punch has never been a rebellious kid, so I'm the only one here disagreeing with the wedding, the topic during lunch. Pat already graduated. He will attend the commencement ceremony in October. My mom points out and glances at me as she mentions her son. Knowing a certain topic is about to be brought up, I stay silent. The best way to control my emotions is to not express them. It's going to be by the end of the year for Punch. Such a long time. What's the date of Pat's ceremony, by the way? Punch can help her carry his stuff. No need to, Duang. Pat said he wouldn't attend the ceremony. It's a hassle for him. All the rehearsals and the measurement of the gown. I want him to do it so bad, but he won't listen. How stubborn. Kids are like that. Punch also planned to skip it. Traveling is inconvenient because she chose to study in another province. I was so anxious when I let her go. Punch is a good girl. There's nothing to worry about. By the way, Punch, are you going to assist your mom after graduation? I'll probably help her with accounting and stuff, she answers in a polite tone, scooping food into each of our plates instead of the maids, who are serving drinks to their guests. That way, I will get to learn more about the work step by step. My mom's still strong. I wish to retire as soon as possible, but my shy daughter can never scold anyone. It would be great to have a son in law to help out. That's what I thought as well. My mom smiles sweetly now that the other woman threw the bait. I eye my supposed fiancée occasionally. She is not shocked or anything, so put together as if she already knew the purpose of this meal. If you're okay with this, I suggest we consult the monks tomorrow. Let's find the auspicious date for the wedding. What do you say, Duong? Oh my, what's the rush, Cow? Duong Kamon giggles, not really turning down the suggestion. Are the kids ready though? They just got to see each other again. It's going to take months for preparations, Duong. I'm impatient, and so is Nui. We don't know where else to find such a good daughter in law. What do you think, Punch? Am I rushing things? Having no say in the matter, I look at the girl's flushing face across the table. Then I keep my eyes on my white plate still full of food. I'm okay with anything. It's all up to you. If I were a bird, then I was one with broken wings. If I were the sky, then I was one projected in a large closed dome. I've spaced out since leaving Aunt Duang's place until we reached home. My mind pictures some dark solution. There's no way these two families will ever conciliate. If one family were fire, the other would be water. Impossible to be in harmony until the very last breath. Par flaps on my bed as usual and reaches out to squeeze my shoulder. I talk less with my parents, words disappearing in my throat. Now I don't even feel like talking to my sister, like my soul has been permanently stolen. Take your time to think about you and Pran, Pat. Every problem has a solution. I close my eyes. Those pointless, painful, and uncomfortable soothing words are useless. My head is stuck on the promise I made with Pran that I will figure the way out, but I'm so impotent. I used to think I was mighty, strong, powerful, wise, and capable of doing anything I want. I just realized today that my life has no freedom. It stings more than getting wounded from the physical fights. Even my heart can't be where it belongs. It's 2:45 in the morning. Har has gone back to her room. The schedule for tomorrow is I have to pick up Aunt Duong and Punch at their place at 8. The monk, Aunt Duong respect, is at the suburban temple, so it will take a while for us to reach there before the forenoon meal. The wedding will happen. After pondering it, I have to admit that this is inevitable. The next thing I do is packing my clothes and necessities into the backpack. I have around 100,000 in my bank account. If I withdraw it a little bit at a time, I can rent a small room while finding a job. I might at least keep Pran at my friend's house for a while. As I think about what to do if my dad finds me, the fact that it's better than getting stuck here with no way out pushes me to risk it. My body begins to protest since I haven't slept for 2 days thinking of our situation. I have a headache and feel nauseous because my stomach has been empty for the same amount of time. Even so, there's no turning back now. From now on, everything will change. The loneliness sprouting from my family turning their backs on me hurts. But the picture before my eyes right now is Pran, the future, the person who understands me and will stay with me forever. This may seem like a fantasy, but I can't force myself to marry someone else and hurt Pran, who did nothing wrong. I still have 2 arms and 2 legs to carry myself out of here. I'd rather take chances ahead than getting chained and watching my heart tortured without doing anything. The house is in dead silence as much as my heart feels calm and determined. It takes a few moments to step as quietly as possible out of the entrance door. From here, I see that the light is on in Pran's room. If I climb up from where I stand or throw a rock to get his attention, the others might wake up. I unlock the gate, the last barrier, flee from my parents' strong cage and lock it. The next step is calling Pran to come out. When the sun rises, he'll be the only one in my world, and I will use all my strength to protect our love from whoever tries to keep us apart. End of scene 26.